Good morning. My name is Chris. My last name is Washburn. You might know some people with my last name. And yes, I do have a... It keeps other insects away. Alright, so some time ago I made a Otzi style pack frame. Otzi was the mummy they recovered from a glacier in the Swiss Alps, or Italian Swiss Alps, and they managed to replicate a lot of his technology, what he carried with him, and one of which was a really nice pack frame that, you know, I guess we didn't know they had such things back then, but they do. And this was 5,000-6,000 years ago. So this is, late Neolithic. He had with him some copper ingots and a copper axe, actually, in addition to stone tools, a bow that he had made, a couple of arrows, and some stone tips that he was working on. So what they figured out was that he was a trader, a merchant, and he would travel from village to village along the mountain range and throughout the continent, trading technology and stuff. And it was kind of cool. I mean, he had a copper axe. That was high tech for the time. So, so what I did, I made a pack frame based upon his pack frame, and it worked out really well. And I still have it, and I still use it. But I'd like to make another one just to show how it's done. They're fairly simple. I don't have the kind of wood that he had, because I have an almond tree. That's what I have, so that's what I'll use. The whole point is you use what you got, right? So without showing, I do have some branches I have picked out in my head for harvesting, so I'll do that. So this is video one, just doing the prep work. I got my little limb saw. I'm going to cut some branches and start prepping them for the build. So I've started peeling some of the bark off. Now, obviously these are very fresh. What I'd like to do is take this one here, peel it, and then bend it into a bow and let it set for a few days. So it may take a little while. So this handy dandy little thing is what I've been using to peel with, and this I've been using to knock off the limbs and stuff. Now I have chickens, so I've been giving the chickens all my cuttings. Which they're going bonkers for, as you can see. Go chickens go! Go chickens go! Anyway, so that's where I'm at now. I'm peeling the cross pieces right here. There's going to be maybe, I'm going to try to cut 4 and then pick like the 2 or 3 best ones. Not the top here, but down here. And then this one, this nice long one, I'm going to try to, smooth it out, trim it out, and flatten it out a little bit. And this is going to be the body of, the pack frame. Now this is all going to get pinned together with, I use bamboo skewers because it's easy. I have a bunch of them because I have a lot of chopsticks. So I just I drill a hole, stick them in there and break them off. I usually put a little dab of glue. I've been using pitch because I got really good at making pitch. Because we have pine trees, and guess what pitch is made of? Pine sap. Pitch is made of pine sap and bits of carbon, so I can take some of this jute twine like this right here and kind of do the charcoal thing. I coil it up, stick it in a little tin, and stick it in a fire and wait for it to stop smoking, and it becomes a nice fibrous carbon which you can mix with the pitch, which adds strength to it. They also recommend rabbit pellets. Fortunately, I have a rabbit. Guess what? He makes pellets, and that's going to get charred a handful of that's going to get charred and mixed in with the pine sap to make the pitch. And I put a little chunk of beeswax in it to give it some elasticity, because otherwise it just gets hard and you can't do anything. It's Paleolithic thermoplastic is what it is, and because once it cools, it ain't going nowhere. They have, in fact, Otzi, a lot of his tools were put together with natural fiber wrap and pitch, and the pitch is still intact, you know, thousands of years later. So that stuff never goes away. Anyhow, so that's what I'm going to put this together with is once everything's shaped and shaved, I'm going to poke the holes and put the bamboo skewers in with a little bit of pitch and or glue, who knows, maybe I'll do both. And I'll do like a final wrapping with the jute twine, just to make sure, just so it doesn't work its way loose. All right, that's where I'm at now. Hey Oz, hey Oz, such a good boy. Paco. All right, so I was running around doing stuff, and I've got my cross bits cut, some other bits, and for the pack frame, just gotta wait for them to dry, cure a little bit. Now, I cut this piece, and I have it stuck in the fence. I'm gonna let it sit here and dry, because I need it to set with this little hoop. That should work out. And originally I wanted to try this one, but I don't think it's working out so well. It's a lot stiffer. And I thought to myself, what is living in the desert Southwest, living out in the desert for the better part of my life, what is the single most plentiful thing I can harvest and make things out of? Small projects, you know, fences, shades, stuff. Oh look, chickens. Some badass rooster. There's one beat up cockfighter. That one's been chewed up. Anyway, what is the single most plentiful thing I can harvest and make things out of? Well, I do have a number of these parasitic trees growing on the property. And it looks like we have a bunch of trees, but in actuality, they all stem from the same root system. So they're all the same tree, including this one right here. Anyway, so yeah, I could use those. I have in the past. Problem with that, oh sorry, I'm walking through a gaggle of ducks. Problem is, they're not very strong. I'm like, well, I need something light, and I need something strong, and I live in the desert Southwest. Made me think really hard. Oh yeah, yuccas. So on my way back from an errand, I stopped along the road on the way home, and I gathered some yucca stalks, including one severely green one that should have a lot of wiggle and play in it that I can turn into a hoop. We'll see how these work. I'll do the almond tree stuff, and then at the same time I'll do the yucca stalk stuff, and we'll see how that works. Dog's barking. All right, that's it.